Adam had always been curious about the deep web, the places on the internet where no one should venture but everyone did anyway. It wasn't the first time he'd browsed the dark corners of the web, but tonight, something felt different. The usual chatter about illegal substances and fake IDs was replaced with whispers of something darker, something otherworldly. It began with a post on a forum titled, "Where the Dark Web Meets the Real World." The thread was filled with cryptic messages, random symbols, and half-legible text, but one link stood out among the rest. "If you dare." Adam's fingers hovered over the keyboard. He'd seen plenty of shady links before, but something in this one, something in the desperation of the post, intrigued him. He clicked. The page loaded with an eerie slowness. It was black, with only a few lines of white text scattered across the screen, mostly unintelligible. But in the center was a single sentence. "To open the door, you must first unlock your mind." Curiosity gnawed at him. Adam didn't hesitate. He clicked a button that said "Access File." The screen flickered briefly, as if the computer was having trouble processing something, before the window changed. Suddenly, a video began to play. It was a static-filled clip of a dark room. The camera moved shakily, focusing on a man in a tattered coat sitting at a wooden desk. His face was obscured by shadows, but his eyes, Adam could see them now, wide and unblinking, stared directly into the camera. Then the man spoke, his voice distorted, as if coming from far away. "They're coming. They can hear you. They can see you. Close your eyes, or they will take you. Forever." The video abruptly cut off. Adam felt a cold shiver creep up his spine. He looked around, his heart pounding. The room felt too quiet, too still. A new pop-up window appeared on his screen. A message flashed, unreadable at first, but then the text began to form. "You didn't close your eyes." A loud bang came from his front door. Adam froze. His gaze snapped to the door, but he didn't move. His fingers hovered over the keyboard as the screen flashed again. "Close your eyes." The bangs on the door grew louder, more frantic, as if something was trying to break in. Adam's mind raced. He had to get out of this. Whatever this was, it wasn't just a prank. It was something real, something terrifying. Desperately, he closed the browser window, but instead of returning to his desktop, the screen went black, completely black. Panic surged in his chest. He tried restarting the computer, but it remained dark. A strange, low hum filled the room. He pulled himself from his chair, his hands trembling. The hum grew louder, vibrating the air around him. He reached for the light switch, but before he could turn it, he felt something. Something cold and sharp pressed against the back of his neck. A voice, low and guttural, whispered into his ear, "You shouldn't have opened it." Adam spun around, but there was nothing there. Nothing but shadows. His heart pounded, and for a moment he was sure it was just his mind playing tricks on him. Then, something strange happened. The room seemed to distort. The edges of the walls twisted and stretched, like the very fabric of reality was bending. The shadows around him deepened, creeping closer, pulsing. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw them. Eyes, hundreds of them, floating in the darkness, watching him. He blinked, and they were gone. But the coldness didn't leave. It clung to him, seeped into his skin. Frantically, Adam grabbed his phone and searched for answers. The website, was it real? His fingers shook as he typed. Every search led to the same result. "This site has been removed. Access is restricted." The door behind him creaked. He turned slowly, but it wasn't the door to the hallway. It was the computer screen, the door from the video. A hole had formed in the center of his screen, dark and yawning like a mouth waiting to devour him. The edges of the hole shimmered as if inviting him to step closer. And as he stared into the void, he heard them. Soft whispers at first, then louder, growing more frantic. Come to us." Suddenly his body moved of its own accord. He tried to fight it, to pull away, but it was too late. His feet carried him forward, towards the screen, towards the hole. He reached out, his fingers brushing the edges, and the whispers turned into screams. The last thing Adam heard was the sound of his own voice, calling for help, but no one could hear. Then, the screen went black. In a distant corner of the web, another post appeared. "If you dare,